And good morning, everybody out there. It is a Thursday morning here at Schooner Estates. Welcome to the Schooner Morning Show. Our guest today is none other than Joyce Richard in apartment 624 of the Rockport building. Joyce, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Nice to have you. It took a little bit of arm twisting.
Right, it did.
Yeah, but you're here.
I'm here.
All right, glad to hear it. Joyce, we'd like to know, where were you born?
I was born in Livermore Falls.
Livermore Falls,
Right.
in the hospital or? No, at home.
Right,
Another one born at home.
right.
That's just the way it was done back then.
You're right.
Yeah, my dad told me he was, my mom was as well, and a lot of our guests were born at home.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Back in that age.
That's right, that's right. And none the worse for wear, I think. I
No.
think your generation turned out to be one of the best.
You do.
I do. I really, really do.
I'm going to have to remind you of that.
Oh, and you will. You will.
Oh, I probably will.
So you were born and brought up and spent most of your life right there in Livermore Falls.
Yes, I did.
You did. You
Until
went to
I
school
moved here.
until you moved here.
Right.
Boy, that's really something. You
Yeah.
went to school in Livermore.
Graduated in Livermore.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me how you met your husband.
My husband played basketball and I played basketball. We met on a trip to a basketball game. And that was it.
So you mean the boys and girls traveled together on the horse and buggy?
Yeah, that's not a big school, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Right.
yes, we did.
Yeah. And it was horse and buggies back then, right? Not
yeah,
a bus.
oh yeah. It
I love to tease Joyce because she takes it very well, and boy, she can dish it out. Let me tell you. So you guys met playing basketball together, both athletes,
right.
and enjoyed a single sport. So that was a good way to kick it off.
Yeah.
And you were you married long after high school?
No.
Or not
No.
long after high
No.
school. Okay.
No.
And let me guess, he went to work in the mill.
He did.
He did, yeah.
But he got laid off shortly afterwards and he went to work on my uncle's farm up in Jay.
Yeah?
And for a while he was doing both, but then once he got hired back in the mill, he stayed in the mill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time?
He was there 37 years.
37 years.
Yeah.
37. That is such a typical story, being brought up in Rumford. All of my friends.
He didn't retire from there because they went through that strike in 87
Yeah.
and he didn't want to go back. He went down to BIW. He loved the work.
Yeah.
The only thing he didn't like, it was about an hour and a half drive both ways every day.
Oh, gee.
Yeah,
That makes it tough.
yeah,
That makes it tough to be on the road that long, you know.
right.
I mean, I have a 1 mile commute, and that drives me crazy. It takes me about 2.5 minutes to get here.
Yeah. Well, you should walk across the field.
I would, but the woods are too scary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have to go through the woods. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
So, and I know you had some children. Tell me, how many children?
8.
8 children?
Right.
Well, that's very typical of
French people.
in a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you had a lot of children.
Right.
So 8, how many boys, how many girls?
5 boys
5 boys,
and 3 girls.
3 girls. Are they all in the area, or have they moved to different parts of the country?
I have a son in Connecticut, but Jennifer's in Freeport, and the rest of them, Pam's in Leeds. The rest of them are all in Livermore Falls area.
They're all right in the area.
Right.
Did some of them go to work in the mill?
Yes, David did. Diane, the girl, she did. In fact, she just got terminated a short time ago when they had that last layoff.
The big explosion, right?
After the big.
That really changed everything when that happened.
Yeah,
Did they ever find out how that happened?
I really don't know.
I don't think they ever found out what happened there.
Probably not.
Gee, boy, oh boy, that's something.
Some malfunction.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Wow, so you're fortunate then to have all your children fairly close by.
Yeah.
Some people have them living all over the world or halfway across the country, you know?
Well, the youngest one, that's in Freeport right now.
Yeah,
Her husband worked for he was a mechanical engineer. He worked for a company that set up these great big, I'm not good at this. I don't know what they call them. They're not in, anyways, whatever they do to start these plants.
right, right.
And my daughter went with them all the time, and whenever it was possible, we'd go down and visit with them. So
Sure.
we went to quite a few places. We went to Greece, we went to Australia, New Zealand,
Oh my goodness.
and the other place that was in the state of United States was, we went to New York when they were up. His first job that we went to visit them was in Ogdensburg, New York.
Yeah,
And then we went to Redmond, Washington. He was there too, yeah. And then he decided that they wanted to have children and he was not going to travel anymore.
well, geez, it sounds like he's pretty much seen the world
Oh, yeah.
with the company, you know?
Yes, he has.
Traveling around, and what a wonderful thing to be able to take your parents-in-law
Yeah,
with you. What about his parents? Did they ever go?
no.
No,
His mother's a single parent and she didn't go.
she didn't want to travel.
No, she's a stay-at-home person.
Yeah, homebody, nothing wrong with that.
No,
Yeah,
not if you like it.
yeah. So, I mean, you couldn't have worked out there with bringing up 8 kids. That's a full-time job.
No, I worked,
You worked besides?
no, not until after the children were pretty much, well, actually, I had one that was 3 when I had 2 after I started working, but I got done.
Yeah,
I worked at Finley's funeral parlor for a while, just answering
yeah,
the door, and when they'd bring flowers and I'd,
Yeah.
accept them and
yeah,
different things, answer the phone for them.
yeah.
Yeah, and I worked at a clothing and footwear store. But I had a 3-year-old son that his father was taking care of. And Pepe used to walk with him every day, the little guy. And they lived in Chisholm. So he'd walk with my little son, and one day I was at work and I look up and there's Peter in the door, all by himself. I called my husband, I says, "Where's Peter?" Oh, he says, "He's in the backyard." I says, "No, he's not. He's up at Grimaldi's."
Oh my.
So I said, "Well, I'm gonna get done."
Yeah, that's it. I can't trust you. I mean, bringing up one child is a ton of work.
Yeah.
Never mind 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that is really something. And you did a lot of traveling.
yeah.
What other hobbies and things did you like to do? How did you fill? You're having children. It filled all your time,
Pretty much.
I'm sure. But
Yeah.
it's always nice to have a hobby. Some people like to read or knit or
I knit and I quilted.
yeah,
And this was after the children were
Yes.
older.
yeah,
And, 'cause I'm a big TV fan.
yeah.
But anyways, I stopped doing all that when my husband passed away. And I started picking up knitting since I've been here.
Good.
I was in that knitting group and
Yeah.
they've helped me a lot.
Yeah,
I haven't started quilting. I don't think I will again.
yeah. That's a
Too
lot
much
of work.
like work.
Yeah, it is. It is. We've
Yeah.
got a lot of people here, though, over the years that have quilted and know a lot about it.
Yeah.
And we've got a real top-notch quilter in Vera Bunker that
Oh, I
has
know.
had some
Yeah.
accolades and
Yeah.
done some amazing work.
I used to visit with Sandy and them up there, and she really does a beautiful job.
yeah,
Every month she's got something different out on her door.
on her door. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. So, tell me how you got to decide to come to Schooner Estates. I know you have a camp on Round Pond, is it?
Two.
Two.
And a house in Livermore Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to come live at Schooner?
Because, well, you know, even though I have 8 children, some days I feel like I might not as well have had any. But, you know,
I get that a lot.
they have their own lives.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
you know, unless if it was cold or icy, I didn't dare to go out.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, I got lonesome. That's
Right.
what happened.
Right.
But Zeke and Annette were here, my husband's brother and his wife,
Yeah.
and I liked Annette a lot.
Yeah.
And then I saw David up at Sunday River
Yeah.
one year, and then the next year I saw the both of you up there.
Yeah.
And he pitches a good bargain, I guess. Good selling point.
No, it's so true though. I mean, I bet you your children are thrilled because they don't have to worry about you.
Yeah.
You know, my dad chose to come live here years ago,
Yeah.
and it just took the weight.
Weight right off.
It
your
took the
shoulders.
weight right off our shoulders because
Yeah.
we were always worried about him when we were working.
Yeah.
What's he doing? And then if we had to go somewhere at night and he was home without us close by, we were worried about it.
Yeah.
So it does take a big weight off the rest of the family, and then obviously it's, you know, you're with people your own age and you do things when we could do things.
This virus has done a number on all of us. Though.
Everybody, yeah,
I mean, we came here because we wanted to be with people,
right,
and then half the time we're isolated
I
because
know
of
it.
one thing or another.
yeah, and not allowed to gather at all. But I can see it getting better already. Janet Mills, I just heard yesterday or the day before, she's opening up things. The numbers are coming down again after the holidays and everybody getting together and all that stuff. It's starting to dissipate. People are getting vaccinated, of which ours are coming right up next week. So
11th, right?
the 11th, yeah, February 11th. So I mean, a couple weeks after that, if all goes well, we should be able to open up more. We're not going to be able to open up completely, but we should be able to open up more, much more than we have been.
Maybe we'll be able to go to the living room.
The living room, bingo, yeah, more things. In the news, I know you like that
Yeah.
program, so
Yeah.
yeah, we're hoping to. Well, Joyce, look how easy this was.
Yeah.
It just flowed so easily, and we learned a lot about you.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything you'd like your friends or neighbors to know before?
I love to play cards.
You love to play cards. What type of games?
Well, I play bridge a lot.
Bridge, yeah.
We've had to give that up.
How about cribbage? Do you play cribbage?
I know how, but it's not my favorite.
Right, yeah.
And
How about the simple games like Take Advantage of Your Neighbor and 31 and Go Fish and stuff like that?
well,
Too simple.
Go fish. I used to play when the kids were little
Right,
with them.
yeah.
And
I still haven't quite learned that game yet. It's too complicated for me.
oh really? Okay, Mike.
You know, it took a while to talk Joyce into it, but I knew she'd be a lot of fun and we'd have a good time with this interview. And it flowed very, very easy. So folks, don't be afraid. Your turn is next. Give me a call if you're willing to come down and be interviewed. And we are, as you can see on the calendar, we are going to repeat these interviews and they're available on YouTube now. We've got a Schooner YouTube channel. So if you have the internet and a computer, you can go anytime to YouTube and you can see any of these interviews.
I didn't call you to come down.
No, I know. I went after you. I know. Well, folks, thank you once again, Joyce. Thank you for coming down. I really appreciate it. And folks, thank you for tuning in to the Schooner Morning Show every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 10:05, right here on your favorite channel, 1390 on cable TV. Thank you and have a great day.